Unfortunately, this is the only footage that I have of this pass. It goes through the Coronado National Forest, adjacent to the Chiricahua National Monument. Beautiful, beautiful area. It's a dirt pass, and on one side was a cliff face, and on the other was a very precipitous drop. This was the only place that I felt comfortable enough to pull out my GoPro and try to get a little bit of footage while I was driving. Unfortunately, my dash cam captured the entire pass, but whenever I got to a point where the drive was full, it asked me if I wanted to format, and instead of hitting no and overwriting older data, I hit yes and lost all of the footage for this pass.
In a cage, hungry hearts in a rage, glowing eyes in a daze, turning around in a hurry, hoping you will come along. I'm running as fast as I can, in a desperate need of a plan. It's the work of one little man. I'm fading out from the story. Am I a passionate man?
So I wanted to stop at this area anyway. But this is near where Geronimo surrendered, and it's a monument to that effect that was erected in 1934. And it also happens to work out real well as an office for the day. Needed to get a video scheduled to upload tomorrow. Got plenty of service. Getting her done.
Rundown on the place that I stayed last night, and I don't want to forget the name. It's Whitewater Draw, and it's a wildlife refuge primarily for bird watchers. The irony is that whenever I was at that location and I noticed cars coming in the morning, early in the morning, for sunrise so that they could identify the birds that were there. Primarily it seems that there are a lot of duck that are migrating at this time of year. And for just down the road, less than a mile, you could hear gunfire from some people who were also very interested in those ducks as well. They were shooting the ducks
they were flying away from the people that were identifying.
Alright, so this is Montezumas Pass, and I apologize because I'm handheld versus gimbal, but I'll try to keep it as steady as possible. This is Montezumas Pass. This area was available for camping. I would certainly assume that at least I wouldn't be the first person who would have decided to come in here. So if I do get ousted by marshals or otherwise, then they'll just have to give me time to pack up, maybe sober up, we'll see. But one thing that I do whenever I get to a location is I determine, okay, the directions, and as it stands right now, based on my shadow, that is pretty much east. West is behind me. I'm not going to blare you with the camera. Now, it's hard to tell whether east is this way or that, except that I know the north is that way, so south is that way, which is to say that the sun usually rises about right there. Now, I've been wrong, and I'll show you based on the sunrise from this morning. I would have said that it would have risen from right there, and I'm not talking about this location. I'm actually speculating for tomorrow there. But whenever I come to park, I need shade, so I give myself as much shade as I can get with a half silhouette, and of course the hatch. But I also need to determine which direction the wind is prevailing from. Now, right now, it's actually prevailing from exactly where I would expect it to, the northwest. This log tells me that there have been times when the wind is blowing from the southeast, and that's a good place to sit, unless they plan on building a fire out of it, which I doubt. But anyway, so tomorrow morning, if the wind is prevailing from the southeast, then when I pull my camp kitchen out, I'll be fine. If it's blowing from the northwest and I pull my camp kitchen out, I'll be fine, because it'll just blow right past. But if it's blowing from where I would least expect it, from the mountains, which is to say that there's like a hurricane, or I guess I should call it a monsoon on the other side, that's going to overtop the mountain and then just inundate me with wind, rain, and otherwise, well, then I'm actually screwed. So I'm going to hedge my bet and say that Montezumas Pass in southern Arizona, and there is, if I'm not mistaken, no road further southern Arizona than this one, or at least closer to the country of Mexico. Got a place to stay for the night. Oh, by the way, it's free. Definitely an impromptu video from a social studies perspective. Put yourself in the shoes of an individual who came to this point. Let's say, for instance, that road is the border between Mexico and the United States. And you came to this point and you said, the only way that I can make anything of my life, the only way that I can succeed in life is to cross that mountain. I'm in.
I usually try to catch the sunsets, and in some cases I'm right as to kind of when to stop the camera, because if it's really, really clouded and I'm not seeing anything, then a lot of times I end up just stopping the camera. In this case, I stopped it way too soon. I was able to capture some pictures that I've included after I stopped the rolling camera, but I do wish that I had left it on so that I could have caught this in real time, in motion. I also have kind of a bonus of a full moon rolling right over the top of Sarah.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
All the best, always.
Wanna come down to the underground old school? Here's a shovel, can you dig it, fool? Can you dig it?